Hi everyone! Today is day 2 of my 12 Days of Interactive December Dailies video series. If you're new to this channel, be sure to subscribe for more process videos and find me on Instagram for more December daily inspiration. Today I'll be showing you how to create this fun surprise gatefold page that I made to document my reasons why. I used a cut file of the Christmas tree from the Ali Edwards 2020 December Daily Prep Party class, as well as some elements from the Cocoa Daisy Cranberry Rose collection. Now the reason why I call it a surprise gatefold is because if you open it up, it reveals a surprise sentiment here as well as some stamping and my reason why page with a photo on the bottom. So if you'd like to learn how to make this page, keep watching. For today's page, I'm going to be using a couple of things from the Cocoa Daisy Cranberry Rose collection. So here I have the alphabet stickers from the memory keeping sticker kit. I have one of the printable background papers that I typed my journaling onto. I have this shimmery vellum piece that was in their Traveler's Notebook memory keeping kit. And I have these glitter snowflake edge stickers that came in the main planner kit. We'll also be using some stamps. This one was from one of their memory keeping kits. And this one was from their, it wasn't in any of the kits. You could have purchased it separately from the Cocoa Daisy store. I'll try to link all of these items down in the description box below, but I think they might be sold out of their Cranberry Rose collection now. I also have a scrap piece of vellum that we'll be using, as well as these are some tree die cut shapes that I cut from Ali Edwards had a 12-hour prep day for December Daily, and in that she provided some cut files for the Christmas trees, so I used that, as well as I created a stencil and just put some texture paste through, and I let it dry. So I didn't do this on camera, but pretty much you just take a stencil and you can take some texture paste. Here I used some from Studio 490, and you just put it through the stencil and it shows up with some texture on it. I also have here an Incube from Altenew, and this is called Desert Night, and it coordinates with the colors in the Cocoa Daisy collection quite well. So the first thing that I want to do is I cut a piece of white cardstock. This is just 65-pound white cardstock, and this measures the same size as one of the Citrus Twist Life Crafted Album sheet protectors. So this is 5 inches by about 8 3/8 inches, and I punched the holes where the holes should go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this piece of snowflake vellum in half. So these two pieces I cut to the same size, and that is 4 1/4 inches by about 8 1/8 inch, and that's just so that it can be centered onto my white piece of paper like so. So I'm going to be cutting this vellum piece in half. So half of 4 1/4 is 2 1/8. Be right there. And I'm going to be taping the vellum onto the sides here with the snowflake edge stickers so that it folds outwards like so. So before I do that, I'm going to just line it up and washi tape this in place because I find it a bit easier to tape things down after they've been washi taped. So I'm just lining up the tops and the bottoms of these pieces. And I want the snowflake stickers to be on the outside of this, so I'm going to flip it over. So you can see that the vellum piece is facing shiny side up here, and the pattern paper with my journaling is facing down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the, you can see that there are two that are smaller in size, two strips that are smaller and one strip down the middle that's larger. I'm going to be taking the smaller strips and I'm applying it to either side here. Just wanted to note that these glitter edge stickers are, I think they're made of vinyl, so they are a bit delicate, and which is why I'm taking my time to peel off each individual point of the snowflakes before carefully sticking them down here. I'm also going to take my burnishing tool and just burnish those stickers down so they stick properly onto the pages. And then same thing on the other side. And then after that, I can remove my washi tape. And so now that you'll see, we have a very delicate snowflake edge to hold these two pieces together, and that creates the hinge for our gatefold. Now there is a bit of overhang on both of these edges. I might trim that down later, but it kind of looks nice and natural, so I'll leave it for now and see how much it bugs me that those are overhanging. So next we're going to attach our Christmas tree. So the way that we're going to do that is we're going to create some hinges for our trees to attach. So that's where I need my small spare vellum piece. Now my tree is about, I made it about 4 inches tall. So I want my hinge to be maybe about 3 inches tall. It just has to be shorter than the tree. So I'll cut it down at 3 inches. Next, what we want to do is we want to score at 1/8 of an inch. Or let's do, just so that we have a bit more room to work with, let's do 1/4 of an inch. So we're scoring at 1/4 of an inch here. Just be careful when you're scoring vellum because it is a bit more delicate and you don't want to accidentally puncture through it. So on either side, it doesn't matter how wide this piece is, because I'm going to show you guys that we're going to cut this down. So we're actually going to be cutting this down at 1/2 inch on either side. So we're going to end up with 2 hinges that are 1/2 inch wide, scored down the middle, and these are about 3 inches long. So the reason why I scored them when it was the bigger piece is because I find that it's easier to score like a bigger piece of paper rather than trying to fiddle with getting your fingers in and holding it down and scoring it on a smaller piece. So that's why I scored it first and then cut it down to size. So next what we want to do is we just want to burnish this flat so that it is a bit flatter when it folds down. And next what we want to do is we'll open it up and apply score tape to one of the inside edges and one of the outside edges. So on this piece here, I'm going to use this 1/8 inch score tape. And apply tape to the inside piece here, like so. And on the other side, we're going to apply score tape onto the outside of that piece. Like so. So I have score tape here and score tape on the inside. And what that's going to do is that's going to create a hinge so that we can attach our tree. And we're going to do that onto the other piece as well. Let me just get this open. So again, on the inside, for one of the sides, and the outside for the other side here. So we're going to take the inside piece and remove the score tape. And we're going to attach it onto the bottom of this vellum piece so that the edge of this vellum piece lines up with the crease in here. So I'm going to want my tree to be approximately centered. This is good enough for me. If you don't have spare vellum, you can also use just a normal cardstock, but I find the vellum is a bit more translucent, so it's a bit harder to see. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this other piece on the other side, and I want it to be matching the other piece that we have here. Like so. Next, what we want to do is attach our tree pieces. So we want to make sure that the tree piece is hiding the vellum hinges that we just made. And we want to make it symmetrically spaced across these 2 pieces here. So I'm going to attach this piece first. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to do some stamping on this tree here. So I have my Tim Holtz stamping platform here, and I just find it a lot easier to stamp with this. So I'll have some washi tape just to hold that in place. This is magnetic, so you can put a magnet on top of that as well. But just because this piece is a bit small, so I don't know if there's going to be enough room for both my stamps as well as the magnet. So that's why I'm just using the washi tape there. So I'm going to put this saying that says, "Make it a December to remember," as well as this snowflake cluster towards the top here. And the way that I'm going to make sure that my sentiment is straight is I'm going to put one of these. This is actually an accessory for the Misty tool. It's a corner piece that you can just line up here and just butt it up against the sentiment stamp to make it straight. And so we close the door and the stamps pick up, and that stays still. And the reason why I like to use the Misty is I've actually cut these trees out from watercolor cardstock. And the reason why I wanted that is just to give it like a bit more weight and substance, so that the trees are nice and like the tactile feel is good. So just going to stamp this down. And sometimes watercolor paper is a bit bumpy, so that's why I wanted to make sure that I have this in my stamp platform so that it stamps. If it doesn't stamp clearly, then I can redo it. It looks like my stamp actually came out really good. Nice and clear. We'll set this aside for now. So I'm going to be attaching my bottom tree first. Just making sure that it's going to be hiding those vellum pieces there. So I want it to be about that tall. I'm just going to remove the score tape on the left side hinge here. Take my bottom tree. And press that down. So next I'm going to be removing the score tape on the right side. I'm grabbing my tree with the texture paste and I'm just lining it up here so that when this page is closed, it hides the bottom tree. Like so. So when you open, you can see my journaling. I'll also be putting a photo down here. Here I'm using my Tombow Mono permanent adhesive tape printer. I like to use the score tape for my interactive pieces that require a lot of movement, and my Tombow adhesive tape printer for just placing down photos and pattern papers and such. So I'll have my photo centered in there. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add our title on the top. I'm going to put reason why. So whenever I do my alphabet stickers, I like to just keep in mind what the middle letter is. So in reason why, there is R-E-A-S-O-N space W-H-Y. So there's 10 kind of letters there. So we want the O of reason and the N of reason to be on either sides of the middle section. So I have my Tim Holtz centering ruler here, and I'm just going to put this up at the center so you can see that the 0 is the center part here. And I like to start at the right side first and then work my way down. So we'll get our N. While I'm doing that, I thought I'd read my reason why page for you. So I wrote, "This is my first year doing a December daily album, and I couldn't think of a better time to start it. With COVID-19 shutting down most of the usual holiday festivities, I'll greatly appreciate any opportunity to find magical moments for myself and my loved ones this month. This year has also taught me that I have a lot to be grateful for. I look forward to documenting some unique and unprecedented memories in this album. It'll be interesting to look back on it in years to come. So originally I was going to stamp something at the bottom, but I think with the snowflakes here and the picture here, I think it's pretty balanced. So I think I'll skip out on stamping on the bottom of the sheet. So the next thing that we're going to do is just put this onto our white page that has the holes on it, like so. So in this situation, I would like to use my 1/8 inch score tape just on the sides here to make sure that it's secure. All right, so that finishes up my page. I don't know if I'm going to be making this my December 1st page yet. I might put a 1 here. It depends on if I have a story to tell for December 1st. So if I do, then I'll tell that story, and if not, then I can always put the 1 here, and that can be my story. So I hope you enjoyed that process video. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment for me down below. Make sure you subscribe for the rest of my 12 days of interactive December dailies pages, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.